Moving on to the first fight of the main card, and it's John Lineker against Marlon Vera, and our old friend John Lineker is back. This guy is one of the most entertaining fighters in UFC history, man. Everyone knows what Lineker is going to bring. He's going to bring hooks of fury, some right hooks to the body, some left hooks to the body, left hooks to the head, right hooks to the head, just hooks for everyone. Everyone gets a fucking hook, and his hooks to the body are fucking devastating. He throws some real power into all of his shots, and for someone that size, they're not supposed to have that kind of power, man. You could tell that when he landed some strikes, like when he landed some shots on Michael McDonald, some shots on John Dodson, even though that was a pretty controversial fight. Some shots on Rob Font, he's fighting on this card, who I think is actually a much cleaner, better striker than Marlon Vera. And he also knocked out Francisco Rivera. So, everyone knows what John Lineker's bringing. His last fight against TJ Dillashaw, he was taken down and controlled in that fight. He didn't really have any answer for Dillashaw's takedown game. And on the feet, he was getting hit with some head kicks. He got hit with some flush head kicks against John Dodson. He just doesn't give a fuck, man. He walks forward, has a granite chin. It seems like he eats head kicks for breakfast. But, he's fighting Chito Vera, Chito Vera's been really impressive, in his last few fights. He's had 3 wins in a row. He finished Brad Pickett with a head kick. He beat Brian Kelleher with a submission. So those are 2, pretty big wins. But the thing is, man, he gets stuck against the cage to me entirely too much to be fighting someone against Lineker. He'll back up against the cage. And, that's just the worst place to be. Lineker almost forces guys into this brawl because of the pressure that he puts on you. It's almost like, what else can you do? You're either going to have to bite down on your mouthpiece and swing back to get him to stop coming forward, respect your striking, or you're just going to get taken out without even putting up a fight. That's what Francisco Rivera tried to do. That's what Michael McDonald tried to do, and they just couldn't do it. And guys like Rob Font, guys like John Dodson, they were able to survive with movement against Lineker, weren't able to get hit with that knockout strike, but even they were very much impacted by a lot of those shots, and they weren't necessarily winning on the feet. They weren't landing very impactful strikes. Chito Vera does have a nice right hand, a pretty educated right hand. He catches you coming in. His head kick, like I said, but I don't know if he kind of doesn't throw with power. He throws those smooth kind of Diaz type of combinations, and it's going to be an interesting fight. It's going to be Vera, like I said, probably trying to use movement on the outside, not get drawn into a brawl, and because he doesn't really go for takedowns either. So that's something that I don't think Lineker is going to be as worried as he was against TJ Dillashaw, and I just don't think that Marlon Vera is going to be able to survive in there with a guy like John Lineker for 3 rounds. I think that John Lineker eventually is going to be able to knock him out, man. It might even be in that first round. So this is one of the picks that I'm really more confident about, and I'm going to go with John Lineker by KO.